Have you ever told a lie? Of course you have. We all do. Sometimes we lie because we're scared. Sometimes it's just a reflex. And sometimes we even lie out of love. But what's really going on in our minds? Why do we choose a lie when the truth could set us free? It seems simple, but the reasons are far more complex than you might think. Let's explore the hidden world behind our untruths. When we lie, it's not always a sign of malice or a character flaw. From a psychological standpoint, it's often a defense mechanism. Think of it as a protective wall our brain builds to shield us from perceived threats. We lie to stay safe. Safe from what? Safe from rejection, from the sting of shame, from the discomfort of conflict. The truth can feel like a gamble, a risky bet where the outcome is uncertain. A lie, on the other hand, gives us a sense of control over the narrative, over how others see us, and even over how we see ourselves. It's a way to manage reality, to shape it into something a little more comfortable, a little less threatening. And let's be honest, most of the lies we tell aren't grand, elaborate deceptions. They're the small, everyday untruths. That quick, "I'm fine," when your world is quietly falling apart. The "sorry, I forgot," when in reality, you just didn't want to deal with it. These are often called white lies, and we use them to maintain social harmony, to keep the peace. We tell them to protect someone else's feelings from a harsh truth, or perhaps more often, to protect ourselves from having to confront an uncomfortable reality. They are the social lubricant that keeps our daily interactions running smoothly, even if they're not entirely genuine. But here's the catch. Every lie, no matter how small, creates an alternate version of reality. A reality you now have to manage, maintain, and remember. One lie often needs another to support it, and then another, until you're juggling multiple versions of the truth. The more you lie, the more complex this web becomes, and the further you drift from your authentic self. It's a heavy burden to carry, this mental architecture of deceit. You can start to lose track of who you really are beneath all the layers you've constructed. It's a subtle but dangerous erosion of your own identity. So what's the alternative? Honesty. Now, being honest isn't always easy. It requires courage and vulnerability. But it's the only path to a freedom that doesn't come at someone else's expense. Honesty doesn't mean you have to broadcast every single thought and feeling you have. It's about being intentional with your words. It means that when you do choose to speak, what you say is true. It's about building a life based on a foundation of reality, not a house of cards. Honesty allows you to be fully present and authentic, both with yourself and with others. We lie to protect ourselves, but we tell the truth to heal. Understanding the why behind our lies is the first crucial step toward a more honest existence. If you found this exploration insightful, consider subscribing for more journeys into the human mind. Thanks for watching.